here again.
Good morning. Alright, so camped at a little offshoot last night because we got to a start of a trailhead that we want to hit up a little bit too late. So the corrugations were really bad on this road. Like really bad actually. Probably the worst. They might actually be the worst we've seen in Australia so far, which is really surprising. Anyway, we had no idea it was going to be a corrugated road. So we pulled over as soon as we hit the first ones and dropped from 80 psi to about 50 psi. That really helped. But it's slow going, because if you hit these fast, the whole truck just starts bucking. And yeah, we don't want to destroy the camp already. But everything was absolutely fine when we got to camp. So that's given us a lot of confidence for today. But we'll show you the start of the four-wheel drive track and then take it from there. All okay.
Okay.
Didn't move too much. Okay, let's go.
So this is the track. Four drive. Those kind of signs are quite common in WA. Usually it's just to detail, I guess, two-wheel drive vehicle. We did like a little bit of research. It's apparently quite tough track, but it doesn't look like, I guess, our biggest enemy for us would be trees, which over here they seem pretty good. So yeah, we shall see. 17 kilometers to make it to destination, which is like good amount.
Alright, so all of that, and this is what the camper looks like. So, my little succulent not doing so happily. Cushions, no biggie. Those are our chairs. This is all fine. Hats didn't go so well. Mission successful. That was a way hairier track than we thought it was going to be. I need a coffee after that.
Alright, so we just made it to camp. Look at that beautiful view. Can you hear the waves as well? Gosh, what a trek that was to get here. I'm usually the one doing like research on itinerary and things like this, and this was on my to-do list on like to check for a long time, but I didn't realize that it would be actually quite extreme. At the beginning of the video I was saying, yeah, like 4-wheel stacks probably not required. It's definitely required to get a 4-wheel drive to come here. The first, I guess, 15 kilometers of the track was pretty easy 2-wheel drive, a bit of corrugation still, but yeah, the last part was so steep. Like, I'll need to have a look at the footage again because that was quite full on. So I guess now we're just gonna spend the next few days here. We really need to relax, de-stress, and especially it was such a mission to come here. So yeah, we definitely deserve to chill. Chris is gonna go for a spare, and yeah, we'll see what the coming days brings on. What do you have there?
Got a blue groper. Another one. This is a fully legal fish in WA and incredible eating, and in no way the same as an endangered one on the east coast. So yeah, blue groper for dinner.
Yay! How was it down there?
It was rough. It was rough.
It looked rough.
But went out with the legend Salty Davenport for the first time, which is really cool. So cheers mate, that was fun to go spearing with someone else for a change. Gave me a bit more confidence in the surf. And yeah, tagged this guy, so that'll feed all three of us for tea.
Amazing. How can we give some context?
To the ruts.
To the ruts. So this is the track that we came from with Balzer earlier today. This time we're gonna walk it, or let's say climb it, because it's a steep hill. We just want to have a look at the sunset view from the top, have a little cider. But yeah, that was a pretty full-on 4-wheel drive track.
It was surprisingly full on. This felt dodgy because it's off camber and steep.
Yeah.
That did feel a bit dodgy.
Gives really like an idea of what kind of terrain we drove in. Pretty crazy. The GoPro doesn't do it justice at all.
It's steep.
Not many people would do what we do right now, but we're not gonna take the truck to go back up, that's for sure. We're gonna leave Balzer there for a few days. Oh,
Look, that. Wow.
Did you build that for us?
Did I?
Yes. You planned all of this. Oh, that would be the perfect spot for it. Look at that.
Pretty good.
My god, this is so cool. We've got our own sunset platform. What are the chances?
Wow.
Look at the view.
That's insanity.
Well, it's getting a bit chilly in there, so we'll probably go back to camp. And look what I've got! Got a beach bag! Yay! Finally! I was so sick of like having to walk around with my Woolworths shopping bag. That's so bad. But that was an early birthday present from Chris, which is so nice.
Hey, one of.
One of.
It's not the only one.
Ooh. Yeah, unfortunately I'm turning 30 in a few weeks. So yeah, no birthday I'm looking forward to, but that's okay. That will definitely make it better. Can't wait to see where we will be for there. It's hard to tell actually where we're gonna be in a few weeks. Probably South Australia? Who knows?
Yeah.
Time will tell. Alright, let's go back to camp, eat some grouper. What a beautiful spot to have a coffee. Got my new coffee mug. Thank you, Diana, and socks. Lovely. Chris is doing some photography and videography in a distance. We purposely put the alarm this morning at 5:30 because we knew the weather was going to be stunning in the morning. Normally in this part of Australia it's really like overcast and grey when you wake up for the first few hours, and then it burns off. But today is going to be such a beautiful day. We really wanted to make the most of it. So here it is, coffee on the beach. Couldn't hope for a better spot. This is our current morning view.
Incredible. The ocean's got so much power today. There's no chance I'm jumping in today.
Yeah.
Really glad I got that spear and salty yesterday.
Yes,
Awesome.
so Salty is leaving, is going back to Perth. Miss Troopy, so it looks like we've got another place for ourselves. We had a really nice night with him last night. We cooked the fish, had a feed together, like nice chat. That was really nice to meet here in the bush again. So now it's time for Chris and Lance to go on a little adventure and exploration.
Up to the head. Let's do it.
This way. So rugged. Alright, shoes off. Time to explore. this is our current view. We have actually climbed on top of the hill. The beach were just before, it's just behind here. Actually, I'll walk there towards Chris. We both took a bit of time to sit down, just like have a think and just, you know, relax and think about our families. You probably don't know, for those who are new to the channel, I'm from France, Chris is from New Zealand. We both haven't seen our families for more than 2 years because of COVID, and it's definitely taken its toll now. We really miss them, so that's why we came on top of this hill to get some reception, message them, remind them how much we love them. And yeah, it's really strange time, I guess, to start a trip like we do, because there are so much restriction everywhere. We don't know if we'll be able to see our families in the coming months, to go there or have them coming here. So it's a strange feeling. Trying to enjoy spots, beautiful spots like that, definitely make it easier. And I'm glad we're starting our trip here. But yeah, it's still a very strange feeling. So to give a bit of context, we are around 700 kilometers from Perth. That was our main goal. We just wanted to leave the Perth Pier region. Over there things are getting a bit worse. Obviously there's the mask mandate, which we really wanted to go away from all of that madness and just be in the bush and not have to deal with that, because it's in everyday lives now and we just don't want to deal with that. So that's kind of like the goal, to try to go remote as much as we can and kind of like go from there.
Having a really hard time today. Really just emotional day today. I'm struggling to kind of work out where to begin now that Ange and I are back on the road again. What I've really come to realise lately is how much the hard work that I was putting into the truck very much was in many ways for my dad, and to make him proud of me. Bit of a background on my dad: he was a fine furniture maker my whole life, something that never interested me as a kid, and I never ever spent time in the workshop with him trying to learn what he did or understand the processes involved with furniture making. Something that I'll always regret. It's just, it never ever interested me. So I found it very satisfying, you know, this stage in my life, 35 now, that suddenly I'm enjoying working with my hands and building things with my hands, and I understand the satisfaction now that he got from that and why he chose that as a career. There's something really special about working with wood, something that, I don't know, it's something primordial about it, something ancient and hugely satisfying about working with wood, molding it into something that you want to, you know, the creaks, the smells, anyway. So I've found it very difficult now that the truck is done, because I think the huge push for me was to get my parents to sit around the table in the truck and share a coffee together. Really, Ange's parents as well at the same time. It was something that was really giving me the strength to just carry on every single day, and that is now gone. I can still host my mum, and I cannot wait to do that, but it's never ever going to be the same as what I had always imagined it would be like. I know my old man was very proud of me. He was never an emotional man, and he was never open about his feelings, but he did make it very clear in the last couple of years how proud he was of me. And towards the end of the truck build, he really just made it really well known to me, just even in messages and over the phone, that he was very impressed. So I'll always have that, and I have some lovely messages saved. But yeah, I'm just finding it very hard to know what to even do with my life now. It all seems incredibly meaningless, and it's very nice to be surrounded in terrain like this. Just the sound of the crashing waves and the ocean and the elements, and so yeah, I'm kind of trying to take it day by day. I tried to get the camera out this morning and film some stuff like I used to do, and it just made me angry, to be honest. I just couldn't even get my thoughts together. Lately I've really liked having my mind taken off things, and now I realise that it's time to, you know, actually start to focus on stuff again. So yeah, I don't really like to share my feelings very much, but I suppose lately I feel like maybe it's more needed in this world, and I'm really hoping I can get a really nice photo tomorrow morning of a wooden cross that I made for my dad on the beach. Yeah, so hopefully there'll be really nice weather tomorrow morning and I can get the shot that I need to get with my camera, and hopefully if I pull it off I can blow it up and either put it in the truck or send it to my mum. So hopefully we can do that.
Alright, so we just came back from a little walk. We went all the way on the other side of like the cliff. We spotted a nice bay that we'll probably go back tomorrow. And Chris is thinking of spearfishing mission, so
Yeah, if the weather holds.
if the weather holds, so yeah, stay tuned for that. But right now, most important part is getting an ice cream, which is amazing to be able to have such a big freezer. If you've never tried these ice creams, the Pride and Punch caramel or mango or lime, all of them, they're just so good, and they're actually not too bad for you in terms of ingredients and calories, so you can indulge with moderation. This is Chris one,
This is my girl.
and this is my one. So I'm gonna chill a little bit in the shade inside the camper.
I'm reading this,
Chris is reading a book.
The Alchemist. Very good so far.
For me, I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, and then a little bit later we'll probably do a little workout and beach run for Chris.
Getting some bush tucker for dinner. This is called June mustard. I've since learned from... Ugh.
Are you sure that's the one?
Yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced, dude. This doesn't taste like the bit that you picked. This tastes a little bit more poisonous. Yeah. What do you think? Are you convinced?
I'm not convinced it look the same as what it
Should I put it in the dinner?
No, thank you.
Salty Davenport? I think I stuffed up, mate. If I die, I'm completely blaming this on you. I really need to get a bush tucker book. So I thought this was June mustard. Yeah, taste poison. Never mind. Goodbye.